eventful trip. The trip began in Pennsylvania, then it went to New Jersey, then through multiple states, from New Jersey back to Pennsylvania, to West Virginia, to Ohio, after Ohio, Indiana. And Indiana is where it got really scary. You know what happened in Indiana? Tornadoes. Tornadoes. Very scary. The weather was almost impossible to see. It was such poor visibility. Scary place. But we made it through. Got all the way through Indiana. Got to Missouri. Went through Missouri. Got to Arkansas. By Arkansas, on the way to Nashville, found out there are more tornado scares, more bad weather. So it has been just a very eventful time. But we made it. I'm on the plane right now, and I'm hoping to get home in a reasonable and decent hour. Don't know if it's going to happen, but definitely working on it. Working on it here with my hubby. Can't get the hair done, makeup, anything. It has just been a very long day. Looking forward to being home and sleeping in my bed. Off again tomorrow, on to the next trip. More to enjoy, more to do, more excitement. So, any of you who don't travel very often, hey Joe, good to see you. Thanks for being here. I will keep it up. Any of you who think traveling is like exciting, let me tell you, it's got its pros and it's got its cons. It's a pretty interesting situation. So you definitely can have some fun while traveling. You want to bring some snacks and stuff, and a lot of times we bring our iPad and we watch our shows, and that makes it pretty interesting. But you got to be wary of all the little nuances, things like the tornadoes, the bad weather, the delays, the flight delays, especially when you're tired and you want to get home. Some ways to kind of combat that maybe, or just bring some fun things, a cushion for your neck, some things to make it interesting for you. If not, well, just go with the flow. I mean, the only thing you can do sometimes is just go with the flow. And find, I guess, a tropical destination always makes it much more exciting if you can go somewhere where you're going to enjoy the end. So if you're not so concerned about the ends versus the means, then, just get going. Just enjoy yourself. Me, on the other hand, I kind of like to enjoy the whole trip. There's so many beautiful places to see, and I'm probably going to do a video at some point of all the wonderful landscapes. I mean, places in Tennessee mountains are absolutely fantastic, absolutely amazing. The same with Arkansas, and every time we take a different trip, we actually find a new route, because whatever's going on with Google Maps, whatever's going on with the traffic, and it's pretty exciting. So if you guys have a place that you're curious about and you would like more information about a destination within the United States, please let me know. My husband can tell you all and more about Costa Rica, but I can tell you more about the United States, some of Canada, and a couple other places. But the United States has so many amazing places, like New Hampshire. Love New Hampshire. Love the White Mountains. You have to be very careful. If you're a climber, a rock climber, and a mountain climber, and you go into the White Mountains and you're not dressed properly, you can get into some serious trouble. Many people have gone there. They've gone hiking and stuff. They're wearing shorts. The next thing you know, there was a snowstorm. They're freezing. It's like minus 20 or something. No exaggeration. So just be very careful when you're traveling somewhere. Try to get as much information about the weather report, and don't take any chances when you're traveling as well. If you hear there's going to be bad weather, you need to prepare for that. Prepare for a place to keep you safe. Like yesterday, we were getting super scared driving, and I didn't pull off at the first travel plaza. I waited a little bit longer, and then the visibility was very poor. It was a little bit scary. So, and then if I would have continued on, I would be stuck on a bridge and a tornado's coming, and you can't be in your car with the tornado coming. So just take some things into consideration. Prepare. Always have like a flashlight, a blanket, maybe a neck brace. I typically carry a blankie with me. It's always cool. Bring a coat, something to cover up when I'm on the plane, and I try to sleep. You can't do much about the turbulence. Sometimes the turbulence is just unreal within the United States. I've traveled from Atlanta one time to New Jersey, and it was really freaking scary. So scary. We thought we were all going to die in that plane. It was like, dropping, and then it was up, then it was down. It was really scary. So today I'm kind of expecting the same, because we've had so many scares about tornadoes. So what do you do in that case? I usually just pray on the plane. I pray and ask God to bless everybody on the plane, watch over all of us. and hoping that that will certainly solve the problem. I don't know if it does, but I've gotten from point A to point B. But the thing about that too is it doesn't stop me from traveling. I still keep traveling. You know, I'll stop for a while and then I get this like, I gotta travel again. Like I have this desire where I want to travel. And so I get out there again. So don't allow the challenges and the nuances of traveling to prevent you from traveling. Just get out there, enjoy yourself, have some fun. Some of my favorite places, it's funny, Joe asked me earlier, what were some of my favorite places? Or my favorite place. I don't really have one. There's so many. Like sometimes I travel because my kids have moved somewhere. Like my daughter had lived in Atlanta, so I was going down there. My son was in Florida, so I was always going to see him. Now he's in Tennessee, so I go to Tennessee to see him. When they were in school up in New Hampshire, then I go up to New Hampshire. I still go to New Hampshire no matter what. I just love it. I've literally been going to the same places in New Hampshire and Massachusetts since I was a teenager. So you find these places and you connect with them and you enjoy them and they become that destination spot. If you ever go to Massachusetts and you're looking for an amazing croissant, I would highly recommend Cabrata. And no, they're not paying me for advertising, but it's just, I've been going there since I was a teenager. I love this place. I go to another bakery up in New Hampshire. You can't find these places in most other places, called Clem's Bakery. I think my husband took a picture of Clem's one time for my grandson's birthday cake, and he has over, I think, 500,000 right now views just in that picture. So I mean, it's just an amazing place, totally different from anything you've experienced here. I've checked, believe me. There's an apple pie place I go to in New Hampshire called Max Apple Farm, but they have other locations. Like there's one, Man's Orchard, in Methuen, Massachusetts. There's one in Peabody. We go to one in Leominster. There's all different places. So there's a lot of cool stuff to do. What do you like to do? Do you like to snowboard? Do you like to ski? Well, then New Hampshire and Vermont are your places. I mean, same with Colorado, Arizona. There's a lot of good places to go skiing, but I really love it up there. The people are wonderful. The food is great. It's really a nice experience. California has pretty much been fun. Like the landscape in California is wonderful. The food I'm not always thrilled about because there's just an overabundance of a lot of Mexican food. So it just, to me, is like, why don't we just consolidate and have one really great place instead of a whole bunch of the same places? And that's more the LA area. But it's Mexican pretty much throughout the whole state. And Seattle's wonderful. Seattle's got a lot of traffic, but it's a really cool spot. The mountains are incredible in Seattle, in Arizona, and just unbelievable. I still have to go to Oregon. Isn't that crazy? I've been everywhere around Oregon, but not to Oregon. So, hey, you guys think of some places that you're curious about, you're interested in, let me know, and I'll let you know if I've been there. I'll try to do a deep dive into that place, best places to go, where to stay away from. A lot of times I'm driving, and if there's any sort of warning or an FBI, they put out any sort of list that we shouldn't go to a certain area, then I do that. I try to stay in safe places when I'm driving. Like as a woman, obviously, if I'm driving by myself, I want to be in a travel plaza. I want to tell you about the places you can go. If you just want to take a shower, maybe you don't want to stay in a hotel, just go somewhere easy. Like the travel plazas all have showers, so they're really cool spots. Arizona is a pretty cool spot also, I will say. Just go, when the temperature's not too hot. Hi, Saika. Thank you for being here. Smash the next question. Okay, I don't know what that means, but glad you're here. And there's a lot of cool places out there. It really depends on what it is you're looking for. Love Italian in Boston, love Italian in New York. Jersey, we got obviously great diners. There's some great places, but I can tell you some places too in New York that are amazing. Like White Plains, open 2 o'clock in the morning, and the food is on point. If you just want to get around, if you're just trying to get out and find somewhere to go, movies, things like that, things in the park. When I was a single parent, I had my kids, we used to do a lot of stuff with trolleys, museums and stuff. We did a lot of fun stuff. We did pizzas and politics and stuff, but we had a lot of fun time. So if you guys are looking for something in particular, just let me know. I'm going to be taking off pretty soon. My flight is super late, leaving from Arkansas, going to Nashville. So I'm going to have to get off the phone pretty shortly. But for now, I can just kind of chat with you guys, and then I'll try to get on again later and then kind of connect with you and let you know about Nashville. My plan today was to go somewhere that Jelly Roll, the country music singer, and Guy Fieri had been together because they're good friends. Jelly Roll did this whole segment of this place. I've tried 4 times to get there in Nashville. So I might cross my fingers maybe tonight. If not, I guess I'll try again. I don't know. It seems, you know, sometimes you're driving to destinations and you think you have enough time, and it's just things get in the way. For me, I typically more focus on getting to the destination than so much being there. So I don't always have as much time. But if you guys can take a whole week, like the first time I ever went to Nashville, I was there probably a whole week, but still you can't get everything done. I mean, there's a Hard Rock Cafe. There's so many cool things to do. Like you can't get it done. It's like being in Dallas or Miami. They're just so cool. And there's so many choices that there's no way you can get it done in a week. So let me know. Let me know if you're thinking of a place or you're interested in anything, or if any of this resonates with you, or if there's a topic that you want to hear more about. Love talking about finance. That's my wheelhouse. And just let me know. And I will talk to you soon. The message is held for review. I don't even know what that means. Okay. But I'm so glad you're all here. I'm glad you guys take the time to pay attention to live videos. I'm glad Joe told me to even consider having live videos, because I've heard conflicting information about having live videos. And, you know, it seems to be working out so far. I'm really excited. I think I'm going to start doing some sort of cooking videos at some point when I can have more sleep, get myself together and everything. But the real part is that travel is challenging. So keep that in mind, and you can't always have your best days, you know, be all dolled up and everything and look your best, because it just doesn't happen. My husband and I had planned everything out, our whole trip. We were going to stay somewhere, and the next, you know, there's a tornado warning, and we're in our car. So it is what it is. You take the good with the bad, you go with the flow, and you let it happen, and you just try to enjoy where you're at. We find different places to go, museums, safaris. In Virginia, they've got a really wonderful safari parks. Love that stuff. Let me know if any of you guys have been to Safari Park, and if that's something of interest to you. I've got some cool things going on next week, but I'm not gonna tell you what they are. I'm actually just gonna videotape them. So I'll let you know what's happening as we get closer, but I'm excited. And I'll continue on with Joe Potesta. We have a lot of cool stuff we're planning, a lot of things. I don't know, we're going to be talking about volleyball. We're going to be talking about a lot of different things. It's going to be just really fun, and just trying to enjoy the many experiences. If you've been to Hawaii, give me a heart emoji. If you've been to, let me think, U.S. Virgin Islands, heart emoji. If you've been to Puerto Rico, give me a heart emoji. Anything interesting? Let me know what your favorite part of these places were, what was safe, what wasn't. Okay, gotta go. See you guys later. It's been an amazing time. Have a great evening. I'll talk to you when I get to Nashville, okay? Bye-bye, guys.